Welcome to the football news. Man City have lost their opening game of the Premier League. Tottenham Hotspur's new manager, who goes by the name Nuno Espirito, remember after resigning after throwing in a towel at Wolverhampton Wanderers, he really came through the team which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur, and now he has won his first game against Pep Guardiola in there. And the previous three games that we've been watching in here, the man who goes by names of Pep Guardiola has been beaten by Nuno Espirito. And in the last three competitive games that Man City have played, they've lost all those games by 1 goal. Remember, the last competitive game they played was the Champions League final against a side which goes by the names of Chelsea, and they lost 1-0. Community Shield, they lost to Leicester City by 1 goal to nil, and later they've lost to a team which goes by Tottenham Hotspur in a game that really saw Tottenham Hotspur fans blaze up, blaze up, blaze up, blaze up. This is Rock and David. Onto this channel, please subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. This is a match reaction, something that we're going to be doing more often onto this channel. And for you not to miss out on the stories that we upload in here on a daily, just do one thing: subscribe to our channel, and after subscribing to our channel, hit the notification bell. And after hitting the notification bell, you will always get notified each and every time we go live onto this video, onto this channel, which goes by names of football news, top 10s, and lifestyle zone. Man City have lost. They've been silenced. But according to me, I think Man City had to lose and Spurs had really to come on and win, because you look at how these things are going at Man City and you ask yourself, what is Pep Guardiola's plan? Because he does not change his game. Remember, he lost the Champions League final because of not fielding Aguero yet. Aguero was the perfect number 9 that they had into the team of Man City, and the father of Aguero came out and blasted Pep Guardiola that you are a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You don't like my son at your team. That's why you've not been giving or fielding him all this season. But you come out and say that you feel like he shouldn't have gone, but it's time for him to go. Yet you had really gotten him out of your picking order in there. He was no longer into the picking order of a man who goes on Pep Guardiola, and he defied that all season. Though Kun Aguero had an injury, the manager was not fielding him in because he felt like he was not right for the team. That shows you how much he doesn't trust into a man who goes by the names of Kun Aguero. He lost a final, yet he had a number 9 onto the bench, and the same reason is being affecting him. It's affecting him till now, because this game, if at all they had Harry Kane onto the pitch, they would have won this one. That's why I've put in the comment section that Pep needs Kane. The reason that's why he needs Kane, you look like Man City does a very good build-up of its work in there. They do the tiki-taka very well. They build up. The midfield is good. Jack Grealish, Sterling, Fernandinho, Gundogan, all good to watch and play for Man City. But the problem is one, they can't really put that ball at the back of the net. That false number 9 of Ferran Torres cannot work for Man City. It cannot work. It cannot work. Playing as a false 9, it really requires someone who is very, very brilliant in there, that can really do the hold-up play very well and get in those balls when they are needed and get you goals when they are needed. And Chelsea and Man City, that's why they've gone in high for a man who goes by the names of Harry Kane. They need Harry Kane. Looking at this game, and we look at the statistics of the game, they really annoy you that you look at a team like Tottenham Hotspur doing a very good game plan to beat a man who goes by the names of Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola didn't really beat the statistics, because for him, you don't really wait to see what he's going to bring on the pitch. You know that he's really going to come and bring in those players that are really attack-minded. You get passing in and there some bit. He improved in his defense when he brought in Ruben Diaz from a team which goes by the names of was it Benfica from Italy, from Portugal, and they're partnering well with John Stones in there. So the defense has improved somewhere, but there is one thing that Man City is lacking. Man City, they lack a clinical finisher in there. That's why they are really going out to negotiate a deal with Tottenham Hotspur to get in Harry Kane. Because when you look at the world market, who can they get in? Who can they get in? Because today's game, they lost it because they didn't have a number 9. Look at Spurs. Song Hyun-min getting that ball outside the 18-yard box area and hitting it at the back of the net. It shows you that for Spurs, they can really get in people who can finish up this game. You get Have got a very good chance. It would have even ended 2-0 or 3-0. I remember Bergwijn got like 2 chances in there. He did bury them to bed, indicating that Man City have been given a very bad time and start of the season. Remember, they are starting off the season. United won, Chelsea have won, Liverpool have won. That means they are now 3 points behind. Now it shows you the difference. Last season, United lost close to its in the 3 games that they played, opening games. United went ahead to lose almost 2 of those. They lost to Crystal Palace 3-1, and they lost to Tottenham Hotspur by 6 goals to 1. Now, it shows you that if at all United had won those 2 games that had opened up the season, it shows you that the season would have reached a level when Spurs is just like 6 points behind Manchester United in there, all 3 or 4. So it shows you that Man City is up for a very bad checks, because United looks like they're having easy games and they're really going to win like their first 6 or 7 games in there, because after playing those 6-7 games, that's when they'll go in and play a Man City, a Chelsea, a Liverpool in there. I think their first big game is against Liverpool, isn't it, on the 23rd of October? That's when United is getting its big game. So it shows you that Pep has to pull up his stockings as soon as possible, because they are playing a team which goes by the names of Norwich next. And when they are playing Norwich, they shouldn't really lose these points, because United will go ahead and beat Southampton, Liverpool will go ahead and win, and Chelsea will go ahead and win. So Man City really have to come in through big and better for a season chase, because trust me, as I told you before this season started, the person who's winning the Premier League will win it by 100 points plus. You get 100 points plus. That's the winner of the Premier League. So it shows you that the chase is on. Man City losing to Tottenham Hotspur is very bad news to a man who goes by Pep Guardiola and his side, because when you look at his statistics in there when they played a team which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur in there, the statistics were really weird when you look at them. Look at the statistics in there. Spurs had 13 shots and Man City had 18. Shots on target. That means Spurs had 2 and 1 went inside. Man City had only 4 shots on target, and none registered a goal for them. Possession, as usual, Man City had 66% possession, 34% possession. 288 passes completed by Tottenham Hotspur, and Spurs completed times 2. That is 536 passes in there. Passing accuracy, Spurs having 86%. Spurs having 78%. Man City having 86%. Fouls, 11 for Spurs, 8 for a team which goes by the names of Man City. Yellow cards, 2 for Tottenham, 1 for Man City. 3 corners for Spurs, 11 corners for Man City. And we look at the table, Man City is in the 13th position in there, though the season has just started, but it does not really tell us to remind you, Man City fans, that you're in the 13th position. United topping the table, Chelsea, Liverpool, all up there to the lead in there, and they're getting an early lead into this so-called season that is looking like it's really going to be a hard one to predict on who is really going to come on and win. Guys, I don't know what you think about this game that Spurs have won against a side which goes by names of Man City. Man City surrendering in there after failing to clinching in a goal in there, but Spurs getting this early win in there. I don't know what you think. I really want to see your match reaction to the comment section below. I really want to see your reaction to the live chat. Tell me what you think about Spurs winning the side which goes by names of Man City. Man City registering their first loss of the season. Remember, their last 3 competitive games, they've all lost those games by 3-1, by 1-0. They lost in the Champions League final against Chelsea, 1-0. Lost to Leicester City into the so-called Community Shield by how many goals? By 1-0. And today they've gone ahead to lose 1-0 the side which goes by the names of Spurs. So Pep Guardiola needs a number 9. His squad is really good. By the way, look at his second 11. It's really good also, but they lack what we call a clinical finisher, and that is a number 9 in there. That's why they really want to go ahead and break the bank to get in a player who goes by the names of Harry Kane. When you look at Jack Grealish, to me, though people are really criticizing him, but I really enjoyed the way he played. Not bad in there. I saw him registering a couple of shots on target, and his efforts were are not going to get recognized until he really puts the ball at the back of the net. putting in mind that he has a lot of pressure on him because he is that player that was bought expensively by a side which goes by names of Man City, £100 million, breaking the British record, failing in there to really prove himself that he's worth that in there. But I think it's really early, it's still too early for him to judge a player who goes by Jack Grealish. 37 games to go. You never know what is going to come up into the next games in there as a man who goes by Jack Grealish plays, is a side which goes by Man City in there. So I think Jack Grealish will cope up, though we don't know when he's going to cope up in there. But I think he will really do something great for team, which goes by names of Man City. Man City is playing Norwich next, and Arsenal before they really go into what we call the so-called international break of 3 games in there, and they return on the 11th of September in there to play some good games in there. So guys, smash a like on the video, comment and share. Go into the live chat and tell me what you think about Man City losing to a side which goes by the names of Spurs in there. Spurs have won their first game of the season. Nuno Espirito is their new manager in there. Harry Kane was not into this one, and they've managed to go ahead and win this one by 1-0. Spurs really deserved this win, according to me. I don't know what you guys think about it, but Spurs really did all what it needed to get this win. Man City, first half, they played very well in there, but the second half, they looked sluggish, they are slow, they look tired in there. So I don't know how Man City are really going to go on with this, because to me, I think they really need a number 9. They need a number 9 with them. A Harry Kane, a Harry Haaland in there. To me, I really think they need a Harry Kane, because after getting in Jack Grealish, you cannot go in and bring in a striker who is not at that level, because making a 100 million buy or purchase for Jack Grealish indicates that Man City is ready to take on to gate a man who goes by names of Harry Kane. I saw Fabrizio Romano coming out and tweeting that Spurs are into a very big bargain for a man who goes by the names of Harry Kane in there, who returned on training on Saturday and trained with Tottenham Hotspur. He was not onto the bench. The manager, Nuno Espirito, siding away from all rumors that he's leaving in there. And Song Hyun-min did disappoint. Remember, he was given a new contract and he bought in that 1 goal in there. I think Song Hyun-min is one of my favorite players, and I don't know why many teams don't really go in for his signature. They failed to go in and get him to their side, but I think he's one of my best in there, Song Hyun-min. So smash a like on the video, comment and share. If at all you are new onto this channel, endeavor to subscribe so that not to miss out on stories that we do upload here on a daily. Spurs 1, a team which goes by the name of Man City 0 in there. The other player that really played very well was Tanganga in there. Tanganga went ahead to pocket a man who goes by Jack Grealish in there. Jack Grealish was pocketed by a man who got Tanganga, and is it Sanchez in there? And remember, they have Christian Romero in there. Christian Romero is one of the central defenders I really like a lot. I like him a lot, and I don't see, and he never featured into this one because in the central defense, Eric Dyer played with Sanchez in there, Tanganga playing as the right back, and Sergio Reguilon playing as the left. We look at Man City, they really brought on Edson Morris in there, Cancelo, Ruben Diaz, AK, and Mendy playing into the 4-man defense. Grealish, Fernandinho, Gundogan into the midfield, 3 playing into the midfield 3 there. Sterling, Fernand Torres, and Mahrez playing as the forwards in there, as Ferran Torres played as a false 9 that really failed to really release results for a man who goes by Pep Guardiola in there. To me, I think it doesn't look okay for Spurs. Though they really went ahead to win this one, I don't really see them coming out and really going ahead to go ahead and getting more points in there, because Nuno Espirito, many people don't trust Nuno Espirito. I've seen very many people criticizing him that he's not the right man for the job at Spurs, and I'm asking themselves, who is the right man at Spurs? I think it's him. Pochettino proved himself at a team which goes on Southampton, and he was brought in by Daniel Levy, and he really did great at Spurs. He even reached a Champions League finale for Spurs. So I think Nuno Espirito has done all his experiments in the Premier League at Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I think he's really ready to play at the best level of the world, and that is none other than the Premier League and coaching a team which goes by Tottenham Hotspur. And I think he's going to do wonders because he's having a manager, he's having an owner who is willing to spend and is thirsty to go back and play to the Champions League in there. So I think the market, they're still in the market, and you never know what they're really going to go in and bring in. But I think it's really a very good season for, it's really going to be a challenging season for Spurs, especially when they lose Harry Kane. People are really chanting up that Spurs have won without Harry Kane. Guys, Harry Kane is a striker on a different level altogether. He is really at a level of really getting you 30 goals a season. So losing a striker like that, who can get you 30 goals a season, and you really go ahead and smile and chat about it, that's really that's the fakest chant I've ever seen in there from a team or supporters of a team. And if at all supporters of Spurs really think that they can live without Harry Kane, that's a lie. It's a lie. You have really to get back to reality in this world market. It's very hard to get in a striker who can get you 30 goals a season. Remember, Kane has been consistent. However injury prone he was, every season you expected him to go away for like a month or two. But whenever he returned, he really came out and got in those goals in there for a team which goes by the name Tottenham Hotspur. So, guys, thank you very much for watching through. Smash a like on the video, comment, and share. I really want to see your thoughts onto this so-called loss of Man City as they lost to Spurs by 1-0. Go into the comment section and tell me what you think about this loss. This is RD or Rock and David onto this channel, which goes on football news, top 10s, and lifestyle zone. Five fingers out, all those watching in. I'll sign out for now. See you later, guys. Spurs have silenced a team which goes by names of Man City, who have just brought in a man who goes by the name of Jack Grealish by £100 million in there. They couldn't really come through to rescue him. Jack Grealish couldn't come to the rescue of a team which goes by the names of Man City in there. I'm out for now. Your comments are really welcome to the comment section below. I'm out.